Hello again. We're back. Golden Nuggets episode, who knows. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about specialists. Oh my God, I'm going to trip over that word 50,000 times, so forgive me beforehand. Specialists are all over the place. And as soon as you get any kind of disease or you want to deal with things to have to do with the body, you're gonna want to get information. So did I. Of course, getting diagnosed with cancer, that was done by specialists. There's an oncologist, there's a radiotherapist, there's a radiologist, there are tons of specialized nurses, laboratory pathologists. All of these people have their own specialization. And then there are, physiotherapists, orthomolecular therapists, osteopaths, acupuncturists, dietitians, personal trainers, and God, the list is endless. And you know what? It is such a gift that they're all around, that these people are there to help you and to bring you all that information and to guide you with their knowledge. But in the end, let me tell you, there's only one specialist that has all the knowledge to do with you. And you're not going to be surprised when I tell you that's actually you. There's no fucking way that anybody else, and excuse the word and excuse the language, but there's no way that anybody knows better than you what is best for you. And that doesn't mean that the oncologist doesn't know about treating cancer, but what he or she doesn't know is how that sits with you, how you're feeling about that, how your body is responding to it. So whenever you're giving somebody feedback, you're giving them information to work with, make sure that you have tuned in and that you're very clear in the physical responses, the pain, the level of pain. Is it sharp? Is it dull? Is it especially also when you go to neurologists. And that's your responsibility. That's something that you need to be very clear on. And that helps them to give you better advice. But in the end, they're all advisors. And you're the one that's making decisions. And I know that's not a popular thing to say, because we like to believe that whoever is wearing that white coat will have the end decision. But you know what? No. It's your life. It's your journey. And you still get to have a say. And the more you sit back and allow other people to decide, in my experience, what happens is you get more and more kind of disconnected from the responsibility of your own life, from taking charge of your own life. And when something is dramatic or is life-changing, is transformative, as such a serious disease is happening. And of course I'm talking about cancer because that's my journey. But again, I think this holds true for many, many kinds of situations that people are in, is that you need to be clear to what extent you still want to be responsible for your own life. Be the leader. You steer that ship. You remain the captain on your own ship. And take on board everybody that you trust, that you believe that will bring you something. And this is also what I found, be very clear about what it is that you're asking them the advice on. Because I'm not going to go to my oncologist to ask him about advice about, the menopause that he's thrown me into. For him, the menopause is, my oncologist is a man, so for him the menopause is a necessary evil. Well, not even evil for him. It's just part of the treatment. because that means I'm not producing the hormones he doesn't want to see connected with the cancer. So I go to my GP to talk about, oh my God, sex is getting a little harder. That's when I go to my GP, or I go to and I go to somebody else. I don't know how to describe that. To ask about my skincare, because losing those hormones also means that my skin and my body is needing different things. Of course, I can't do hormone replacement therapy, but there are specialists for that as well. So, what I'm saying is that make sure that you compartmentalize what advice you ask from which person, because if they start, nobody can deal with everything. There are very few completely holistic healers. So you're going to have to be responsible for bringing the whole puzzle together and piecing all the bits and pieces together. And that means you need to be in charge. You need to be the leader, and you need to be clear about what it is that you want to learn. And so that's what I've done. And I found that I couldn't deal with all of it at the same time. So, I asked my partner to be my researcher. And then once a week or once a fortnight, we would sit down and we would talk through the new information he'd found. And I would sit and sit with that information and take it in and take some time to digest if I was ready or not to take a next step in adding something to my routine or not. Tons of supplements, alternative ways of dealing with side effects. Acupuncture in the very beginning to me didn't feel right at all. It's more yang energy than yin energy, so it's more direct. It's more kind of abrasive, and I know that seems weird, but it seemed way too aggressive for me in the very beginning when I needed much more subtle and soft and slow energy in that world where everything is crazy. And so, it took me quite a long time, I think 1.5 years, before I realized, right, okay, now is the time when I feel ready for acupuncture and I actually know exactly what I want the acupuncture for. No, I didn't go to the acupuncturist and said, help me, I have cancer. I said, no, I have these and these and these side effects. Can you help me with those? I compartmentalized it. And then every now and then, of course we talk about the bigger picture, and sometimes he points at some things. He says, I could help you with those as well. And then I decide, okay, let's go there. No, let's not touch that. Somebody else is working on that. Or I don't think that's key at the moment. Let's focus here, because you can't work on everything at the same time. The body goes crazy, the mind goes crazy. So it's also about where is my focus and where do I feel that I need to have my energy flowing and everybody else's energy flowing. So when you have a team of meditators around you, it's also really nice to set an intention so that all of them can be clear about what is it that we're focusing on and how can we support you with that, rather than sitting in a general field of happy pink bubbles. Let's focus on the liver today. Let's focus on having this treatment go very well. That's what I wanted to talk to you about, specialists. I hope this brought you something. Add more remarks or thoughts in this post, as a response to this post, by all means, because this is only my experience and my feelings and thoughts about it, in the hopes that will at least give you some support or give you something to think about. So anything you can add that is your experience, that you've seen somebody else do, that will help the general field of all of us that are looking into this kind of stuff to go further and to learn more and to be more in charge and lead, hopefully, Well, to lead, and be leaders of our lives. Okay, take care. Big kiss.